According to the New York Times, after his initial attack on quarterback Colin Kaepernick last Friday, who went unnamed, the president told people it was a huge hit with his base, making it clear he did not mind alienating his critics if it meant solidifying his core support. And last night, at a dinner with conservative leaders at the White House, the president reportedly told attendees, "It's really caught on. It's really caught on. I said what millions of Americans were thinking." As one person in the room reported, you could really tell he was satisfied. Senator Cory Booker is a Democrat from New Jersey. Senator, the president thinks this issue is good politics for him. Is he right?
Well, I don't know about his politics, but I know this is a time when we should have leaders trying to pull our country together. And you mentioned some of the crises, people in Florida and Texas still recovering, still dealing with lack of power. We're on the brink of a humanitarian crisis in Puerto Rico that is of a proportion we have not seen in a long time in the United States of America, where more people live than in states like Montana, North Dakota, Alaska combined. And on top of all that, we've got issues that are real. I mean, we're in a situation right now because of the destabilization of the healthcare markets that he is responsible for. Insurance companies in my state and others are talking about raising prices yet again because we're not doing bipartisan fixes necessary to bring stability to the marketplace. There are real issues we should be talking about. I don't care about his politics. He's elected to be the leader of the United States of America, of all of us. And what he seems to be doing is trying to pitch towards petty, divisive politics, as opposed to calling us to come together despite differences to answer the call of our country right now, which should be focusing on places like Puerto Rico and other places of humanitarian crisis due to hurricanes, or talking about something that's affecting every American, which is the cost of our health care and the potential lack of access for millions.
Your colleague said this, Senator John Kennedy. He said, "I think to some extent this is all an effort by the professional left to ultimately prohibit the national anthem from being sung at football games." Do you think that's a widely shared view?
I didn't hear that comment, but that makes me really, really angry. I mean, there are generations of Americans who literally were fighting in our wars and then coming home to this country, women and African Americans who fought and died for our flag and for our country, and then came home and were denied basic rights of citizenship. And here are people who love their country so much, but understand that protest is patriotism, that nonviolent protest is important and has always been to advancing our nation. And from Muhammad Ali to artists and entertainers who participated in movements, from the women's rights movement to the civil rights movement, this is a noble tradition in our country. And to focus just on the protest and miss entirely the purpose of the protest, you have to understand, these folks are not just taking a knee because they want to disrespect the flag. They're doing this because of real issues in this country that even the former head of the FBI gave a speech talking about implicit racial bias in policing. This is something that Rand Paul has talked directly about. This is something that my Republican colleague, Tim Scott, went to the White House to confront and address with the President of the United States. And so for him to have harsher words for people who are trying to be patriotic, to move this country forward, to have harsher words for them, vulgar words for them, than the so-called, quote-unquote, very fine people that were marching with white supremacists and Nazis is outrageous to me. And as soon as someone tries to tell an American in this country that I'm more patriotic than you, or to look down on your loyalty to this country, please understand that says much more about that person's patriotism than theirs. Because their patriotism is a shallow patriotism that seeks more to divide, demean, degrade others and lift themselves up than do what a real patriot should be doing in America, is finding ways to advance our country and unite this nation to greater understanding and a more courageous empathy.
All right. Senator Cory Booker, I appreciate you making time tonight.
Thank you.